Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner boxing 24. Good evening, good evening. How's everyone doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing good over here. As always, God is great, God is good, and I can't complain. So, we here in this corner boxing 24. We building, man. We trying to make, trying to give out accurate information, good information, not make stuff up just for subscribers or for ratings. We give a little bit of knowledge, you know what I'm saying? We have a little bit of insight, and we tell the truth, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? We don't make stuff up. We're not about that in this corner boxing 24. We here, Boogie Down Bronx, we represent. So what I want to talk about tonight is Bernard Hopkins made a comment recently pertaining to Jaron Ennis, the welterweight up and coming rising star who I believe is going to take over the welterweight division. I'm not going to call him a superstar yet because he's still rising. You know what I'm saying? But he's more than meets the eye. And I know he's going to take over the welterweight division. And what's going to make him a superstar is when he get one of those fights, that Spence or that Crawford fight. And that's going to put him over the top. And he's going to be undisputed. He's going to be everything in boxing that he ever wanted to or wished for. I have no question about that, but it's going to take some work. It's going to take some grind. And I know he got it in him. You know what I'm saying? He's ready right now. He's been ready. But he just got to get that opportunity, okay? So Bernard Hopkins, who's a partner with Golden Boy Promotions and Oscar De La Hoya. Bernard Hopkins is somebody I've had a lot of respect for over the years. I learned a lot about him, his history, and the way he reformed himself coming out of the prison system, his upbringing. He changed his life. He was boxing in prison. He came home and he started boxing and grinding, and he started making his way. And then he got that call. He got that big fight. You know what I'm saying? He got into that middleweight tournament with Trinidad and Joppy and Keith Holmes, man, back in 2000, 2001. And man, he got up in there, man, and he did work. You know what I'm saying? And then he finally fought Trinidad, and as I thought he would, he beat him. And I remember telling people, and I was in D.C. at that time, living in D.C., Washington, D.C., and I was watching that fight with people, and I said that Bernard Hopkins was going to beat Trinidad back then, and people was like, man, you crazy, man. Trinidad going to knock him out. And I was like, yo, you ever seen anybody knock out Bernard Hopkins? And people was like, nah. I said, all right, well, you're not going to see it tonight. So I've always had a lot of respect for Bernard Hopkins, man. Middleweight champion, most title defenses as a middleweight. But sometimes, I will say, he makes comments that he can't back up. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes he just talks the talk. Sometimes he just does that. I'm just keeping it real. But I like him. But sometimes he's just over the top. So now recently he made a comment about Virgil Ortiz being too much for Jaron Ennis. And basically what he said was that Virgil Ortiz will expose Jaron Ennis. And I'm saying to myself, wow, where is that coming from? Because last I heard, and I saw an interview with Bozy Ennis, Jaron Ennis' father, and he said that, if I'm not mistaken, that when they were trying to get that fight, they said he wasn't going to be ready for a few years. So I'm like, why is he saying stuff like that? Then I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't we see him touch the canvas against Mean Machine? And I'm not saying because you touch the canvas, you can't be a star or you can't be a good fighter. But I'm just saying it does show that you could be touched. It does show that you're vulnerable in some way, and it definitely shows you got something to work on. So when you say he can expose Jaron Boots Ennis, who's a boxer, defensive, power punching dude, got a jab with power, can switch and got power in both hands, and you tell me that he's gonna expose him? I'm like, really? That don't make any sense to me. It seemed to me more like Virgil Ortiz would get exposed more than what he did when he fought against Kavalaski's Mean Machine. Okay? So my thing is, you saying that, but I don't hear y'all asking for a fight with Boots. Right? It seems like y'all keeping him in a certain position, because who did he fight? Why did he fight? If that's the case, then why did he fight Michael McKinson? I mean, I know he was supposed to fight him. The fight was delayed. He had some medical issues. But you didn't have to come back to that fight. You didn't have to revisit that fight. You could have said, man, listen, we want top dudes. We want people at the top. We want 1, 2, and 3. Because Michael McKinson ain't on the top 3, 5, top 10. He's not. Right? So you didn't have to revisit that fight. One thing about Boots, only thing about Jaron Ennis and his father and his team, man, they saying that they want the top guys. 1, 2, 3. Terrence Crawford, Spence, and Ortiz. And then Thurman on down, but they're not going down to 10 and below. No, they want top guys. And they want something they could pick up. They want a belt. They want some, hardware, right? They want some status, and they're willing to take it. But I don't hear Virgil Ortiz talking like that. And I don't hear you and De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins, talking like that. So why are you saying that he will expose him? Virgil Ortiz is a good fighter, strong. But Jaron Ennis? He won't even really touch him. I mean, Boots will stand right in front of him and blaze him. Just with the jab, Virgil Ortiz is going to have a problem just with that jab he got. He got a power jab. That's number one. Then the footwork. Virgil Ortiz is not going to be able to keep up with him. Then the power in general. He throw a body shot. He throw an overhand. How Virgil Ortiz going to stand up to that? Then the defense, he's not going, like I said, he's not going to hit him like that. He's going to get hit with overhands, with uppercut, with body, with jabs, movement, defense, blocking, all kind. I mean, like, how you going to deal with that? Come on, Bernard Hopkins, man. You know better than that, man. I know you know better than that. And you shouldn't even do that, man, to yourself, man. And don't put your fighter out there like that, because he's definitely not ready. Because if y'all really was ready, y'all would just really ask for the fight right now. Okay, you fought Michael McKinson, now you back. Say, listen, man, if I don't get Crawford or Spence, let me get Boots. That's all y'all got to say, but y'all not saying that because that's not the fight y'all want. Pardon me, that's not the fight y'all want. Okay, so I mean, listen, man, stop that. Don't do that. That's not cool, all right? Jaron Ennis, man, he's about the business, man. I met him. I met his father. Brother, like they humble, man. But they like humble lions, man. They humble, but humble is dangerous. Quiet and humble is dangerous. And that's really what they are and how they are, man. They don't really talk a lot. They do interviews, and of course they're gonna have to do that, but they're not talking extra, and they're not doing extra. They're just talking about what they wanna do, and they're confident about it. There's nothing wrong with that. They're not talking reckless like Errol Spence saying he's indestructible and all that kind of stuff. Nah, nobody's indestructible but God. But they are saying we're confident we can do this and we can do that, and I believe them. So when Jaron says he can beat Terrence Crawford, and this is how he'll beat him. He can beat Errol Spence, and this is how they'll beat him at his own fight. Fight him at his own style, with his own style, like use that style against him. Like, I believe that. Virgil Ortiz, you don't have a chance against Jaron Ennis. You need to stay miles and miles away from Boots if you want your career to add up to something right now. If you don't mind taking a loss, then jump in the ring with him. Bernard Hopkins, De La Hoya, if y'all don't mind giving your man a loss, then make the fight. Start talking, start negotiating. That's all you got to do, man. That's what fighting is all about. At least start the conversation. But just to throw little stuff out there, your man will do this, your man will do that to the next fighter, nah. Come on, man. That's not, we men, you know what I'm saying? And they grown men. That's not about that. Somebody got to take an L, no doubt about it. But I can best believe it won't be Boots against no Virgil Ortiz, okay? I don't see him losing no welterweight, no 154, no 160 when he steps up gradually as he's going to do it, right? I don't see nobody touching him, man. And I'm not saying he's untouchable, but I'm just saying it's going to have to take somebody with extra special skills to beat this man, because he's a one-in-a-lifetime type of fighter, okay? He's a fighter that comes along every century, man. He's not he's a rarity. He's not up to fight. He's a Floyd Mayweather type of fighter. I'm not saying he's like Floyd, okay? He got his own style, Floyd got his. I'm not saying he got things that he got things in his repertoire that Floyd don't have, and Floyd didn't have, okay? So I'm gonna give him his props on that as well. I'm not comparing him to Floyd because, Floyd didn't have no power jab. And Floyd wasn't knocking nobody out with no body shots and no overhands and all that either, all right? So he got stuff that Floyd don't got. But I am saying that this dude comes along, he's the type of person, the type of fighter that comes along once in a blue, once in a while. He's a gem, and he wants to fight. He likes to fight. So all you talkers, man, out there, man, listen. Just make the call, and start negotiating with him if you want to fight him, all right? Because Theo Clayton, he came to fight, I believe. But when he felt that power, man, listen, like Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan until they get hit, right? That's real, man. That's even for street fighting. Everybody got a plan until they get hit. In boxing, absolutely. All right, so yeah, Bernard Hopkins, man, you should be ashamed of yourself, man. Making comments like that, throwing stuff out there like that. Then when you see the man, what you gonna say? Oh, I didn't mean it like that. I just did it for the hype. I just did it for the, to start a conversation, or I just did it, man, to generate some. Nah, man. Don't be reckless with your comments. All right, so listen. We here in this corner boxing 24, and can't wait for Boots to open up 2023, man, and start the takeover. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully he'll end this year with a big bang against whoever is willing to take the fight. And it might be Stanionis. Feel sorry for you, Stanionis, but somebody got to lose. You know what I'm saying? But at least you're a man and you're going to step up to the plate. But you're going to take that L, Stanionis, and most likely a knockout as well. All right? Peace and blessings in this corner boxing 24.